Why did I sacrifice so much time studying that? Beats me. Enjoy life or register for CFA level 2. Yeah, sometimes it feels like you're in Squid Games where one button means death and the other button could mean you move on in the world and you don't know which one is which. Good cultural reference there too. And unfortunately, there's some reality here. Registering for the level 2 exam is like the opposite of enjoying life. And not only because the level 2 exam is generally considered the most difficult, but also because for any of the CFA exams, you just have to spend so much of your life now studying if you want to pass them, that there's not as much enjoyment to be had anymore. Hey, if you're a CFA candidate watching this video, please check out my video course. The link is in the description down below. It is a detailed step-by-step blueprint that gets into every little piece of what I consider to be just about the perfect CFA study process. I totally believe this is how the average person can become a CFA charter holder. So check it out. Again, the link is in the description down below. Okay, yeah, this is a classic one. There's a lot going on here. So, yeah, all right, in the middle, CFA candidate, buttercream capital at the bottom. I don't know what that means. We're gonna ignore that for now, but he's checking out the beginning of summer, the rooftop bars are open Memorial Day weekend, fresh pair of suede summer deal sleds. Not totally sure what that is. It might be one of those finance bro pairs of shoes or something that everyone in New York and New Jersey likes to wear. So yeah, he's ignoring CFA exam in a month, 300 hours, $2,000 in exam fees that have already been paid for, pension accounting nightmares. I don't think pension accounting is the worst thing in the CFA program, and waiting an entire year. This can be the sad reality for many of us too. If you're a candidate getting distracted by especially summertime, Memorial Day weekend, given that the exams historically were always offered in the middle of June, you are drastically decreasing your chances of passing the next upcoming CFA exam. Just like the last meme sort of described, ignore everything else out there so that you can focus on pension accounting. Hey, you just passed the CFA exam, so tell me how active your social life was the last 3 years. Very sad that people in the CFA program, at least those who succeeded, yeah, he said you passed the CFA exams. Anyone who did pass them probably had just about zero social life during that study period, and I recommend that to people. Like if you've watched videos on this channel, I say give up your social life and other things that may be important to you. Otherwise, you're not going to have a good chance of passing all the exams. So for someone who did pass, I guess Willy Wonka thinks it's pretty funny. When you correctly guess the answer to a question on valuing currency swaps. You know, I'm something of a scientist myself. I totally relate to this. Personally, I've talked about this before, but personally, I feel like currency swap valuation, a little bit currency swap pricing, but especially currency swap valuation questions, which come in the level 2 exam in the alternative section, are some of the most difficult academic questions I've ever had to work on or try to answer in my entire life. I love this meme because it's very specific on what I agree is by far the most difficult section in all the CFA program. I'm not proud to say that, although I never recommend people do this, I did end up skipping trying to learn how to do currency swap valuations. I think I got currency swap pricing formulas down, but the work to solve a currency swap valuation question was at least like 2 pages every time you tried to do it. And I just decided in the last couple weeks or 4 weeks before my level 2 exam that it wasn't worth putting in the amount of time to try to learn this one type of question. CFA Institute setting the minimum passing score. This one might be controversial now. Now, some of you are going to get cut and some of you aren't. It sort of feels like it can be pretty random like that, especially in the last couple of years as they've come out and given a little bit more description or color around how the different minimum passing scores levels might get set from exam to exam. Just also even how it differs between exam form A versus exam form B, which are the same exam tested on the same day, but with slightly different questions. Now, I don't want to feed into the conspiracy that the Institute basically randomizes the minimum passing scores and who passes and who fails, and that they're screwing some people over. I mean, no one says they randomize it, but that it's not like a systematic process. I don't believe that to be true, but they've really made it difficult for themselves even to be able to give a really fair answer on how the standard setting happens. As detailed as descriptions as they've given us over the past few years, It doesn't always make perfect sense. And when it does seem to be making sense, it doesn't always quite feel fair. And that's what I think this meme is getting at. Okay, here's one from Orange County Choppers. I loved this TV show back in the day, Orange County Choppers. I think that's what it was called. And I love these memes. So I'm happy you passed the CFA, but get back to work. Now that I hold a CFA, I should get a raise and more responsibility, the young guy is saying. Look, that's not how it works. Just get back to the monthly report, which sounds boring. Then why did I sacrifice so much time studying then? Beats me. Beats me, but I'm sure you'll get a lot of likes on your LinkedIn profile update. Wow, that's sad. That hurts. Yeah, unfortunately, I think the majority of careers out there who do say they prefer CFA charter holders or they encourage their employees to pursue the CFA program, if you do pass all the exams, it's not most common that you just get a salary raise out of nowhere just for passing them. Now, there certainly are positions where that happens, especially if you become a charter holder. But for the most part, managers, employers, they're going to want to see actual results from you as an employee and also potentially improved results from or utility from you having the CFA charter that can be used to help improve business in some way or another. So it's not quite as easy in some cases when you try to go get a raise as just passing the exams. And I like this show. I like these memes, and it's funny about telling them just go do some reports and the real value being in a LinkedIn profile update. Evaluating modest gifts in CFA ethics. Another one from friends. Now I have $1,000 and a football phone. I don't know. I get what they're getting at here. A lot of people hate the ethics questions. They feel like they can be really ambiguous and not clear. I never personally found there to be any unfairness in the questioning on what counts as modest versus luxurious or extreme gifts or something like that that could create the appearance of a conflict of interest. They always ask about like spending, your client wants to give you 2 weeks in their ski chalet in the Swiss Alps or something. Well, obviously that's not a small gift. Or they'll say your client sent you a box of chocolates. Well, obviously that's not a huge gift. So in my opinion, those were always pretty clear in the ethics section, but maybe I'm just more ethical than everyone else out there. Do you have any history of mental illness in your family? I have a cousin, he's crying, a cousin who put CFA level 1 candidate on their resume. Yeah, that's, I would probably do it. I might do it if I was applying for a job that asked that the candidate be future interested in pursuing the CFA charter in the future, but saying that you're a level 1 candidate really just absolutely means nothing. Hopefully you've at least paid the enrollment fee to call yourself that. I think it'd be an ethics violation if you hadn't, but there's no grounds that you've actually accomplished anything, especially in having not had passed the level 1 exam. So don't let me discourage you if you're someone who has CFA level 1 candidate on your resume, but definitely think about it, because if a charter holder sees that, they might sort of laugh at it, kind of how I did, unless you specifically communicate why that's there. So it's a relevant meme nonetheless. The last meme, here we go. Yeah, this looks like a good one. Spent 3 years sacrificing the majority of life studying for the CFA exams, only to spend a portion of his career actually making investment decisions, but also spending an equal amount of time talking about the CFA exams on a mediumly viewed YouTube channel. Wow, that's a funny meme right there. Wow, that is a meme for the ages right there. Thanks everybody for watching this video. We'll see you next time.